Hello everybody. I'm just about ready to start drawing. Where'd my drawing go? There we go. I was on a bit earlier, but I was having a little bit of trouble with my live broadcast, so I'm back. I worked a little bit longer on it. I'm not sure why the camera is showing it really grayed out. It's very weird. I don't think I put a filter on it. No filter. Let's make sure I've got no filter on it. Okay, I've got no filter. It's very odd why it is grayed out. Oh, there we go. There's something going on with the light of the actual phone. Hi, thanks for joining me tonight. I'm just getting started. I'm working on an animated drawing, and this happens to be an Art Nouveau F with a Pacific tree frog on it, a fiddlehead fern, and some dogwood. And I'm about to start coloring it in. Make this a little bit bigger so everybody can see it. And I'm just going to go ahead with my bucket fill. I'm going to make a duplicate of this one. I'm going to lock the original one. I'm going to turn off the sketch. I'm going to bring the color up on those in a minute. But we're going to start out with a green. Okay, so what's happening is it's filling everything in green, and that means that I have an open line somewhere, and I see it right there. So I go back here and grab my black and close this line up. Hopefully that's the only one. We'll try it again. Go back to the green and the bucket fill. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a little bit darker shade here for some variation. Oh. Okay, so I've got open line there too. Go back to my black. Am I on the right layer though? I think so. Let's find out. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, I see. It's grabbing what's underneath. Let's make that invisible. There we go. Now it cleaned it up properly. Okay. Thanks for stopping by, folks. Hi, Kevin. I'm drawing Pacific tree frog, a fiddlehead fern, some dogwood in the background. Thanks for the thumbs up, folks, and thanks for folks stopping by. Zayden, hi. Nice to see you. I came on a little bit earlier, but there was something, I had some technical difficulties, so I signed off and came back on, and things seem to be working much better. Okay, I have these flowers are actually in the foreground, and I faded them out so I could work on the flowers behind. So I'm going to bring those flowers up in, oops, didn't mean to do that. Just meaning to bring these all up in opacity. There we go. Okay, we've got a good start here. Go back to my layers. I'm going to be back there and I'm going to finish painting. Aha, what's going on? So I'm thinking about doing an alphabet book. That is kind of what's going on. Zayden, thank you. You're so kind. Oh, lacquer. So Kevin is commenting. The last few drawings I've done would look really cool in lacquer on a smaller scale. Oh, yeah. Yes. That's interesting. Are you thinking of, like, when you say lacquer on a smaller scale, that makes me think of Russian box miniatures. I don't know if you're familiar with Russian box miniatures, but they are absolutely gorgeous. And they were done with lacquer and really bright colors, but they had black backgrounds. Okay. I have to get in here. Oh, I see I made a little error right there. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit of erasing, make sure I'm on the right layer. And I'll start filling in with I'm just going to check my end lines here so I don't have the color escaping all over the place. Okay, it looks good. Go back to my bucket fill and the lighter green that I have going on this palette here. There we go. And then I think I'm going to do every other one in the light green and then come back with the dark green. And that'll accentuate the spiral shape that I'm going for. Oops, that was an error. It always makes it a little bit faster when you're doing a vector drawing to be able to just use your bucket fill, which is what I'm doing here. I often don't use bucket fill. If you follow me at all, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'll sometimes just do every single stroke with some sort of a paintbrush that is not a bucket. But today, because I would like to get to the animation part of this before it gets too late tonight. I'll tell you what my idea is I'm going to have a little fly come flying in the side here and do a little spiral here, and then he's going to get away. The frog's going to try and get him though. And I think I can do this with just the animation tool they have in this program, and I will show you how that goes in just a couple minutes here. Try and be quick with my painting. Ah, it's going to do it again. I think I should go a little bit closer so I don't run the risk of hitting the wrong spot over and over again. Okay, and I have not actually finished those out. I am not going to finish. I'm going to come back to that in a little bit. For right now, I'm just going to create this two-toned look so you can get a feel for how this is going to look. This is Adobe Fresco program on an iPad, which you can get for free with the tools that I'm using. If you want to do the animation tool that I'm going to do later, you have to buy a subscription. You can do a lot of beautiful stuff without the animation. It just so happens lately it's been quite entertaining for me to do the animation. And I pay for the subscription to this anyway. Oops. Oh, it's okay. Okay, so we'll let the fiddlehead fern have some undone leaves for right now. And then I think that the frog, I'm going to go back and grab a little bit of a black line here, because the frog overall is pretty green, but it has a little bit of a yellow belly. Kind of a a really light greeny yellow belly. And I think I'll go with the cream color on the eyes. Now I can certainly come back and put some texture on him. But like I said, I really kind of want to just get to this piece of animation because I like to show people how this animation tool works. Thanks, folks, for hanging with me. And thanks for the thumbs up. The lion in a lacquer brooch. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I really love that lion, and I'm gonna do more with the lion for sure. Thank you for noticing the lion the other day. Hi, Black Dragon 112. How are you? I'm going to go back to drawing. If I miss comments, I will check back up there in a moment. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do, I'm going to start a whole new layer right here. And I am going to animate that layer. And I think so. I think it knows right now that, oops, cancel. Let's go back and grab a little black. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a cancel. I have to grab the right tool. Sorry, folks. This fly is going to be a little bit generic. He's going to have 2-part wings, a little body. And let's make his wings kind of a really light metallic-y blue. Oops. Bucket fill that. And then let's make his body kind of a orange. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm down here at the very bottom. Hopefully you can see. Just adjusting here. So this is my motion tool in the corner over here. And then it pops up, like if I go like that, it all goes away. But I wanna work on the motion. My first frame looks like this. Now I can press on that and I can say, I can duplicate the frame, or I can just go over here and add another frame, and it shows me what I had there. And all I want to do with this little bug is I want the wings to go up and down, up and down, up and down. And so I'm just going to go ahead and create that by going back and grabbing, oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to go back and grab my black line. And I'm going to bring these wings down. So you can no longer really see his body. We'll go ahead and put one little leg out there. It wants to do it differently than what I really want it to do. Maybe we'll do 2 legs. Yeah, there we go. No, his head gets too big. I want his head to actually be the exact same size. And now I'm going to fill it with the same colors, orange here, and a light metallic blue up there. Okay. So now I should be able to show you that if I hit play all, looks like he's flying, right? It looks like his wings are flapping. His head is staying pretty steady. I think it looks good. Now what I can do next, for anybody that's hanging with me, is I can create a path. which is hard when it goes big like that. And so the path I want is going to start here. It's going to go in. It's going to toy with the frog. And then it's going to go out. So you notice he's not actually following, he's not aligning to the path. So over here, I'm going to click Align to Path. Oh, I don't really like how that's working. Okay, so let's change the path. Speed options, ease in and out frames. Okay, so he's no longer aligning to the path. Let's change the path because that path isn't working. Delete the path. Okay, so let's do a different path. Let's just bring the path like this. Let's just bring the path like that. So he's a little bit close to his nose. I guess that's okay that he's a little bit close to his nose. Pause. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to fill in my background so I can really see what's going on here. I'm going to hit another layer, and we're just going to bucket fill it with a nice, vibrant blue. Okay. So what happens is that he kind of sneaks up on him. Now I'm going to do another layer right here, up here, above the frog. And it's going to be this little guy's tongue coming out. So I'm just going to draw on top of what I have here. And I'll start out with a black. And we'll just thicken. That's the first one. And that's the second one. And then actually, let me do that again. Let me take, shall we give him a nice pink tongue? I think so. A nice bright pink tongue. So his tongue shows in that frame. I did that in the wrong order, but now the tongue is going to kind of come out. And I'm going to go to the next frame. And the next frame. I think we can go a little bit farther than that. Okay, so I want to see what happens when I play all right now. So he just keeps doing, sticking his tongue out over and over again, which is not really what I want. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this. And the way that I can make this act differently is I'm going to take this very first frame and I'm going to duplicate it, duplicate it, duplicate it. And so there's a little bit of a delay on there. And then I'm also going to, on the settings, I'm just going to play it once. So now, let's see what happens. Oh, it doesn't go back in. Okay, interesting. And it also, so let's look at that again. So it comes out when he's only about halfway there. And I want it to come out right after he sees it, and then I want it to go back in. So I think that I'm going to duplicate this about 10 times so I can delay it. I also think I need to like have the tongue come out quicker and go back in quicker. So I could probably duplicate this one. And I'm actually going to delete that one. And I'm going to delete that one. And this is the frame I'm working on right now, which is just his tongue. Add the black line below. His tongue really all the way out. And then I want his tongue to go back in. So I'm going to duplicate that frame and move it all the way to the end. And then I'm just going to add blank frames. Okay, let's see what happens now. This is an experiment. Play all. Oh, I almost did it. So I think I just have to duplicate this a few more times. Oh, still a little bit early. Duplicate. Yep, he missed them. I could maybe delete one of those and see if it's just a little bit closer. Let's watch. I'm really focused in here. I'll check the comments in a minute. Oh yeah, he just misses him. Okay, I think that works really well. So another thing I wanted to do for fun was, that's why I put all these flowers on different layers. I'm going to animate those with just doing rotate in a spin. Oops. And then switch to this one and we'll rotate that one. Let's see if there's a different way to rotate it. What if we just do this thing spin? So those are both rotating the same way. So let me go back up here and we will do this one counterclockwise. There we go. This is my new thing, is making flower heads spin. So we could get this to rotate more, I think. Let's see. Pause. Play all. What happened? That one's not working. Why is that not working? Spin. Play all. Now it's working. And the last one is this one. And we'll rotate that one counterclockwise. Spin counterclockwise. Play all. Okay. And he missed again. All right, and something that I did, thanks for stopping by, everybody. I love the thumbs up. I'm just showing how to create an animation. The only thing I would do different if I was going to do this again is I would understand what happens with the bug, because for me to have this as an illustration that's still and have it as an animation that moves, I wish I had planned that better. No, I guess it's okay the way it is. So now I'm feeling like what I want to do at the end here is just work on enhancing the background, enhancing these beautiful flowers, and I want to see, this of course is a little bit of an experiment, is can I, so which one is this one? This one is this flower right here. Once it's animated, am I allowed to paint it? Isn't that a good question? So I want to use something that's close to this color, maybe a little bit darker. It will let me paint it. Oh, that's kind of neat. Okay. So I'm doing very unorthodox decorations on my dwarf dogwood. It's artist license. Oh, I hope I'm not putting my hand too much in your way to see what I'm doing with my pen. Try and be more careful of that. I'll tell you when that happens for me is when I'm really focused on my drawing and I'm trying to figure something out. I forget to actually pull my hand away a bit and let you see what's going on. Thanks, folks, for stopping by. Flowerhead Spin sounds like a new strain of cannabis at the store. Oh yeah, that's funny. That would be a good name, right? Okay, so I'm gonna hit the play all. So if anybody's joined, oh wow, holy moly. It did completely unexpected things. My little lines took off. They like took off. How come? Why are they taking off? So they're all moving. They're all on their own layer. That's what's going on. Ah, I see what happened. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I love this button right here. I'm going to hit the back button until that flower appears big there. Okay, now I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go back. Okay, so that one, that flower right there has all the marks on it. And it is working. So what happened is I accidentally stayed on the same layer and I drew all these other lines and then it started spinning all those lines together. So now what I have to do is go on this layer. Which flower is that? It's this flower. And I'm going to redo my lines. Yep. Okay, now I'm going to just test it. I'm learning with animation, you have to test it because you can really mess your drawings up. Okay, going back to, am I on? Let's make sure. I'm on the wrong one. So boom, boom. I want to be on boom, 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 boom. I want to be on this one, I think. Yep. You know, thinking about what you said earlier, Kevin, I don't know if you're still here, but the the lacquer box or the lacquered painting, I definitely could go there. Whoops, go on to the right, test it. Pause, undo that last line, test it again. There we go. And then this one is right there. Shoot, what was I saying? It had to do with the, oh, I could actually go on to this layer and make this more of an illuminated drawing by turning all the black lines a dark gold and then doing more of a watercolor look on the stationary things, not the moving things, because that really raises havoc with the play all. It really raises havoc with the animation when you mix vector with pixelated brushes. It's really confusing for the program, and so it separates it and it does a lot of crazy stuff. I've had some fails with that, but right now I'm just sticking with vector lines. I am sort of thinking that I want to try that idea of going back here and actually what I could do instead is just go behind it and create a dark gold outline. I think that's about the color I want. And I'm going to go with a bigger. Mm-hmm. I'm going to undo whatever that last thing I did was. I don't want that happening. So these, let me test it. I'm going to lock some layers. Test, play all. Okay, so far, so good. I am going to lock the animation layers so I don't accidentally mess them up. I know me. All right, now I think that I'm going to add some gold background. So I'm going to go right here and add a layer. A nice big brush. I'm going to make this even easier on myself. I'm just going to make that line really wide. I don't know if I'm loving this. I mean, it adds a little bit of colorful interest, but I don't think I like the black line. So if I were to go to this and then I were to bucket fill, that black line. I like that better. I don't know if that's really what I want either, though. I think instead maybe what I'm going to do is I'll do a little bit of bucket filling. I'm going to try some other colors for my background. Or I might just decide not to do that at all. Cut that layer. Whoa, cut the wrong layer. Cut that layer. Now he's just sitting on the F the way it was. Okay, what if I go back and I just turn that all black? It's just a little bit too heavy. But I kind of... might be okay. He missed. I love watching that. He missed. Okay. Maybe I just need to clean this up a little bit. Maybe that's what the problem is. So make sure I'm on the right layer. The thing with whether you're on paper or whether you're on an iPad, moving your line, your pencil quickly is what helps you get nice smooth lines. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, right. Okay, that's feeling better. It was just the black was a little too heavy. I still have a couple areas where it's still a little bit heavy for my liking. And not quite as smooth as I want it. Right here, it's just a little bit heavy. There we go. Okay, now I need to go down here and we're going to finish up these branches. You need to lighten up that line a little bit. I'm not liking how my lines are a little bit fat and overlapping more than what I want them to. There we go. I don't know if you've ever come upon a fiddlehead fern in the forest, but they are so amazing. They're so charming with that when they first come out. They have these lovely spiraled baby fern leaves. They really, really look like baby plants. It's so cute. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bucket filling like I did when you first came by here. Actually, let me get that light. Just want to make sure I've got the right green. Okay. Oh, that one doesn't look right. That doesn't look dark enough. Let me go to the, let me grab the eyedropper. Okay. Back to my bucket. All right. Now, the only other thing that I didn't, oh, I kind of like how that, let me hit the play. So that's interesting. The center, I didn't color in any of those. And so I think I do need to color those in because they are, okay, I'm going to unlock that layer. And let's make them, I'm going to go do that orange color. I'm not really certain that that's super accurate, but oops. Okay, testing. I've got one here. Okay, play all. Play all. There we go. Okay, moving on. Hmm. So, plants sometimes have fluorescent colors with subtle, intricate patterns. Yes, true. Up around my St. Helens, lots of those ferns, very pretty with sunlight and shadows on the forest canopy. Absolutely, it's there. It is lovely to go hiking in the Pacific Northwest. Oops. Okay, testing. Looks good. Okay, I'm gonna let this play for a minute and think about what I want to do next to make it a little more interesting. I think I'm gonna add some watercolor layers to the background that's still right here. I go super big with my brush. And then I think what I'm gonna do in front of that is I'm gonna have a cloud drift across. So we'll go with a white and oh, so what? Oh, interesting. Hmm. Hmm. I'm just trying out these different motion presets that they have on here. None. Okay, so what happens if I put a path? And I basically have this, whoops. I create a path for this object where it just goes in a circle like this. Oh, so the edges show. Okay, That's not what I want. Undo, undo. How about if we just have it grow and shrink? And we want it to grow and shrink. Not that much. Just a tiny bit. I like that. That works. Oh. So it jumps back. I don't like that. It like grows really slowly and then boom, it goes back. Let's watch it. It's too jarring. I don't like that. So we're going to turn that one off. Okay, so I am going to delete the path on that one. And I'm going to go right above it, plus layer. I'm going to do another watercolor. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Right below it, I'm going to do another. And that one, I'm going to animate. I'm probably not going to keep that. I'm just playing around. Where am I? I'm on this layer. Let's put it there. Well, how does it look if I do it there? Yeah. Delete the path. I think I'm just going to get rid of this. So I did, I'm going to open up another drawing to remind me of how I created a steamy cloud going across. So let's just done. Continue. Delete layer. Okay. So let me just show you another one that I did. And I had a steamy cloud and I can't even remember how I did it. So I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to hit play all. Okay, so you can see I've got a cloud going across in the background here. Let me find the cloud. It would be behind her. me see if I hit the pause. And I disappear that layer. Play all. Is it gone? No, so that's not it. Which layer is it? Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, so this layer is, it's a pixel layer. And I got it to be continuous going across there. Is it a pixel layer? It is a pixel layer. I'm completely stupefied why it's not working on the other one. Oh, I just thought of something. It's possible that what I did was I created, I'm just going to go ahead and do this again, create another layer, and I'm going to create a cloud with the watercolor, just one little cloud, and I'm going to do a path for it. Which is going to go like that. Oops. Like that. And then what I'm going to also do is I'm going to add multiples. I'm going to scatter them. And I can add a lot of them. So that's sort of interesting. I wonder if that is how I did it. I'm pretty sure that is how I did it on the last one. I may go ahead and pause and add a couple more clouds so it's Oh yeah, I think that's how I did it. Now we've got like a lot of clouds going by. And he misses. And I think what I'm going to do with those layers is I'm going to fade them out quite a bit. So not that one, the animated ones. Play all. Yeah, that's better. They were a little bit too intense. All right, I'm going to go back to my painting with the watercolor and just add a little bit of variation, make it a little bit smaller line. There we go. Why does it not want to choose? Okay, we're going to put a little variation on the leaves for interest. Okay, now it feels like I need to go in here. Deselect. Oops, I want to get back here. Add a layer. Oops. Oh my goodness. Add a layer. And let's create a forest floor. All right. go back up to my little bug. And my little bug is where? He must be up here. Yes, unlock. And I want to see if what happens if we loop. Okay. Okay, well, I think that's going to do it tonight. I am going to somehow, well, I will definitely upload this as a short and figure out what kind of music I want to put with it, or what kind of a, like a blurb from a movie, or a famous quote that I could, that would apply, that this picture would be a great background for. So that'll be a fun project for me when I get done here. I encourage anybody who's interested in learning how to draw using an iPad or any kind of a tablet to try out the Adobe Fresco program. I am not sponsored, by the way. I just really love the program. I feel like you can do so much with it. There are other programs out there for sure. But right now, this is the one I'm working with and have off and on over the years used it. It's a really, really lovely program to use. And it makes for a really relaxing pastime. So thanks everybody for stopping in. I really appreciate it. You are welcome for the live stream. I gotta thank you there. All right, take care everybody. Bye-bye.